What's going on, gang? What's going on, gang? Peace to the tribe. It's your boy Phantom Fuego, PHANTM PHUEGO, and you are now tuned into the news, views, previews, and reviews with just a twist of his ghetto point of view. Ooh. Guys, it's gonna be an excellent show. Got some very interesting topics to talk about today, gang. As always, try to come with the heat, try to come with a different perspective, just the news, the views, previews, reviews, just a twist of his ghetto perspective, you know what I'm saying? But this show would never be possible without y'all, the dopest audience in the world. So as always, give it up for yourselves. Give yourselves a huge round of applause. You can be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I humbly, truly, and respectfully appreciate that. I'm honored, blessed, fortunate. Tons of gratitude, gang. Tons of gratitude. Please continue to like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. If this is your first episode, welcome. You are in for a treat. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Wednesdays and Sundays is when we get to it. You know how we do it. It ain't nothing to it. It ain't nothing to it. Ooh, you know how we do it. Ooh, boy. But man, we gonna be talking about some crazy stuff in today's episode, so I'm not even gonna belabor the point. We gonna take a quick break. We gonna jump in. Let's go. What's going on, gang? Yeah, we back. So, first story of the day, man. Leonardo DiCaprio testifies in the money laundering case involving the Fugees member Pras Michael. Well, in the place, strumming pain with them fingers. Anybody who's seen any of the old Fugees videos always used to see Praswell running through with the suit, with the briefcase. We know what Praswell was moving in that briefcase. We're not gonna play games. We know the Wolf of Wall Street liked to get his nose dirty, allegedly. This is very easy. The relationship that these two would possibly have. Actor Leonardo DiCaprio appeared Monday in federal courthouse in Washington to testify in a criminal case against rapper Pras Michael, a member of the hip-hop trio the Fugees. DiCaprio spent more than an hour on the witness stand recounting nearly endless lavish parties where he met Malaysian businessman Jai Lau, from whom Michael allegedly took over $80 million to support Barack Obama's 2012 presidential bid and later to buy influence with Donald Trump's administration. Ooh. He had a multitude of different parties, DiCaprio said of Lowe, who remains at large and was recently convicted in absentia by a Kuwaiti board for fraud and sentenced to 10 years in prison. Excuse me, family. Some of them were on boats. Some were at nightclubs, dinners, etc. Lowe was a friend of DiCaprio and Michael for years, ultimately becoming a significant funder of DiCaprio's 2013 film, The Wolf of Wall Street. So hold up. So Pras is on trial for taking money from this Malaysian businessman to be an influence in the Barack Obama and Donald Trump campaigns to, to funnel money to them, to peddle influence, to be a booster. But DiCaprio's Wolf of Wall Street film was funded by the same person who gave Praswell over $80 million. funding The Wolf of Wall Street, I mean, that film had to cost hundreds of millions of dollars to shoot. It had an amazing cast. It had a lot of drugs in it. It had a lot of lavish mansions and parties and fast cars. That film had to cost a lot to shoot. Editing, lighting, insurance, all the extras. It's hundreds of extras in the movie, and all the party scenes, all of the different stockbrokers. Like, that film is a massive investment. Interesting. So DiCaprio gets off if he just testifies against Proswell, while Proswell gets to go to jail. Oh, love the devil because the devil gives you nothing. Anyway. The Wolf of Wall Street, U.S. prosecutors allege Lowe was the architect of a multi-billion-dollar fraud scheme. U.S. prosecutors allege Lowe was the architect of a multi-billion-dollar fraud scheme involving Malaysia's sovereign wealth fund, One Malaysia Development Berhad, or known as 1MDB. In 2016, the U.S. Justice Department sought to seize future profits from the film, arguing that Lowe paid a sizable investment with money stolen from 1MDB. Ultimately, the feds settled for a $60 million payout passed to Malaysia's government. DiCaprio testified that he discussed with Lowe prior to the 2012 presidential election, in which Lowe mentioned in passing that he and a group of partners would contribute significantly to the Democratic Party. I recall him saying a significant sum, something to the tune of 20 to 30 million, stated DiCaprio. I said, wow, that's a lot of money. The prosecution alleges that Lowe was not a U.S. citizen and lacked a U.S. green card, thus was not eligible to donate to U.S. political campaigns. Oh, so that's probably why he had Proswell being the middleman, taking the money. Proswell probably take his little cut and then get the money to whoever it needs to get to. Allegedly. While DiCaprio testified that Lowe mentioned partners, it's unclear who they might have been and whether they could have legally donated. Because if I give you the money and you donate, but you're a legal U.S. citizen, is it really illegal, or is this just business as usual? And they just mad Proswell, a black man, was getting money. The indictment alleges that Lowe transferred over $21 million to the U.S. to back Obama in the 2012 presidential race. So does Barack Obama have to give back that $21 million, or is it just Proswell going to take the whole? Proswell going to take the L for this whole situation? So the white boy up there, he did it. Barack Obama said, yes, we can. And Proswell is just strumming pain with his fingers. Y'all killing him softly. Y'all killing this nigga softly. The indictment alleged that Lowe, I'm sorry, I read that already. Michael allegedly donated about $865,000 to the Obama campaign through straw donors and approximately $1 million to a super PAC supporting Obama. So what happened to the other 19 million, 19.2 million, 19.1? While Michael's defense attorney, David Kenner, passed on the opportunity to give an opening statement last week, he has suggested that it is unrealistic to expect Michael to know details about Lowe's citizenship or his alleged misdeeds. His cross-examination of DiCaprio further supports Kenner's suggestion, with the extensive vetting performed by the actor's lawyer, his production team, and Paramount Pictures on Lowe and other parties involved in the funding of Wolf of Wall Street. How could Michael have been expected to know details when more experienced vetters than he missed telltale signs of trouble in Lowe's background? That's a very good point, because there's no way Leonardo DiCaprio took money from this dude without making sure his whole team, his lawyers, everybody, exactly, Paramount Pictures, everybody was like, yeah, let him fund it, let him put the money up. So y'all thought he was good, but Proswell can't think his money good. That's what y'all saying? That's a very good point. My understanding was I was given the green light by my team as well as the studio to accept financing from Mr. Lowe, said DiCaprio. So Paramount Pictures thought that this money dude's money was good. What's the problem? If my money is good to fund a Wolf of Wall Street movie, then my money's good to fund a presidential campaign. I mean, it's just really that simple. In 2018, DiCaprio testified in the same building before a grand jury investigating Michael. DiCaprio said he'd known Michael since his time as part of the Fugees in the 90s, and he met the band backstage at a concert. The two have been social friends ever since. Yes, they've been very close. Shout out to Digital Music News for the dope article. Definitely something to pay attention to. Definitely very interesting. Shout out to Ashley Kingo as always for her amazing writing. But like, what the fuck? So Leonardo DiCaprio gets off, Obama gets off, but Paramount Pictures gets off. All these people were cool with this person's funding their stuff. Their vetting process said taking this gentleman, Mr. Lowe's money was fine. But now they're all pointing the finger at Praswell, like Praswell was the problem. That's fucking crazy. That's really scary how that can happen. In other music news, guys, Kanye West being sued by ex-Donda teacher for wrongful termination and quote-unquote racial discrimination. This is a shout to Billboard. This is an article courtesy of Nina Rouhani. Shout out to her. So, article says, running a school is no walk in the park. A lesson Kanye West is learning the hard way. Former Donda Academy teacher Cecilia Haley and her daughter Chikari Byers are suing West, now known as Ye, in his Semi Valley private school for wrongful termination, discrimination, and unlawful withholding of wages, among other allegations, according to a complaint filed in the Los Angeles County Superior Court on Wednesday, April 5th. According to a press release put out by the plaintiff's law firm, West Coast Employment Lawyers, the Christian school allegedly violated education, health, and safety codes, terminated educators based on race and retaliation, and failed to fully pay teachers. We'll see what happens in court. Donda Academy directors Brianne Campbell, Allison Tidwell, and Chris Julian are also named as defendants. The complaint obtained by Billboard, filed by attorneys Ronald L. Zambrano and Milene Jingosian. That's a name a mother would love, boy. Claims the pre-K through 12th grade school boasted a number of unusual rules and restrictions allegedly demanded by West. They include not allowing common items such as crossword puzzles, coloring sheets, eating utensils, colorful clothing, dinnerware, jewelry, chairs, or Nike or Adidas branded clothing. Oops, okay. What's your point? If you're not allowed to wear Nike or Adidas clothes at Donda, I don't see what the issue is. Plenty of schools have a dress code and they have a brand that they're affiliated with. Like some schools are Nike, some schools are Adidas, some schools are Under Armour. So if my school is signed to Under Armour or Adidas or Nike, you're not allowed to wear other brand stuff to our events. Like, you're not allowed to wear that stuff while coming around the school. They're going to be snapping photos and taking shots of people. Everybody has to be uniformed. Like, are y'all serious? No, you shouldn't be wearing jewelry. Why would you wear dinnerware to your job at a school? Were you trying to wear like scantily like dresses and stuff to work? What do you need dinnerware for to go to work at a school full of kids? How gaudy was the jewelry? Like, is that something that you need to be wearing in front of the kids? Is it taking attention away from the kids just trying to focus on class? I mean, these are not really things you need to be bringing to school with you. Now, I don't know about coloring sheets and crossword puzzles. If that's, I don't know what that would be about. If you're alleging he doesn't allow crossword puzzles, coloring sheets, I don't know why he wouldn't allow eating utensils. I mean, how y'all gonna eat unless it's one of those, more African-based places where they just want you to eat with your hands to get the power of the food. I mean, it has to. What's the reasoning you're saying behind this? Colorful clothing. I know that the uniform code for Donda Academy is black and white. So why would you want to wear colorful clothing around your kids if they have to wear black and white? Why would you just not stick to the color code of the school? Dinnerware. I mean, this just sounds like complaining. Like the article says students were also allegedly not allowed on the second floor because West was reportedly afraid of stairs, and also not allowed outside, instead forced to spend their lunch and recess indoors. The poor students were made to spend their lunch indoors. Oh my God, the horror. The complaint further alleges that only one meal was available to students. The only meal available to students was sushi, and they were not allowed to bring food from home. Byers and Haley additionally accused the school of turning a blind eye to severe bullying, including physical violence. In the complaint, Haley and Byers are identified as the only female African American teachers at the school. So how could you be fired for racism? Okay. Something they said led to stereotyping and coded language from Donda Academy administrators. I'm just tired of the rhetoric being that black women who are competent are seen as aggressive. What? Well, y'all being aggressive toward Kanye? Well, y'all talking to Kanye crazy because y'all was the only black females at the school and y'all felt y'all could just talk to Kanye crazy? Okay, I'm starting to see a whole different picture of this story right now. Because where does this "you was seen as aggressive" statement just come out of nowhere? That doesn't make any sense. Why would I just randomly say that I'm being seen as aggressive by my boss? I don't know. The complaint goes on to state that when Haley expressed interest in reaching out to us, she was told not to. Both teachers also claimed that their paychecks were all untimely or inaccurate, which with some never arriving, others reportedly short by up to $2,700. No action was taken to remedy plaintiffs' complaints regarding sanitation, health, safety, or education standard pursuant to local and state law, which plaintiffs made through the entirety of their employment. The complaint reads, Haley and Byers were ultimately terminated from the school in March, allegedly without explanation. So y'all was terminated in March, y'all already suing in April. Sheesh, get the bag. Haley and Byers are asking for damages, including unpaid wages, loss of earnings, deferred compensation, and other employment benefits. General damages, including for emotional distress, other special damages, including reasonable medical expenses. Medical expense? What? What? Punitive damages, prejudgment interest on lost wages and benefits, and the cost of what? They want interest? Yo! Yo, sisters, why y'all always trying to get a bag off a brother? Yo, sister. Yo. Miss, why y'all always trying to get a bag off a brother? Y'all are sisters. Y'all the only two sisters there, and y'all suing him for racial discrimination. He said he ain't want to meet with y'all. Maybe the teachers is not supposed to meet with him like that. Maybe there's principals and staff in place to meet with y'all directly, and he don't want to meet with the teachers like that because it could cause a conflict of interest, especially you being a female teacher trying to meet with him. You ever think about that? No, I teach here. He should meet me. I am important and special. As a former teacher myself, I didn't get to meet all the top people at the school that had their name on the school. It wasn't for me to do. Like, I meet the higher ups that I'm supposed to meet, the people that's directly responsible for my employment and that cut my checks and stuff, and anybody on top of that I got to meet at a ball or a dance or a formal social gathering. That was just, icing on the cake as those things organically happen. I didn't just go, I demand to see the head of the school now because I work here. Well, what do you need to see them for? Because I work here, so I should get to see them. Well, what do you need to talk about with them? Maybe it's something that we could resolve. That person's very busy. Well, I just as a member of the staff, I'd like to have a word. You shouldn't see me as aggressive because I'm saying this. All right. All right. No problem. We're standing up because it's the right thing to do. The article continues. Haley continued in her statement. This is not about trying to defame a celebrity. Sure, it's not. This is about the right thing for these kids. What one thing have you said that's going wrong with the children in your entire complaint? That they can't wear Nike or Adidas? Is that really hurting the children? That you're not allowed to bring dinnerware, that they have to eat sushi. Oh, the poor children have to eat sushi. Oh my God, they're dying of sushi poisoning. I bet they got all the fire different type of sushi there too. They probably got like chicken tempura sushi, avocado sushi, shrimp sushi, salmon sushis. They probably got all different types of fish sushi, trout, shark sushi. They probably got like 30 different type of sushis. Plus all the rice and stuff that you could get on the side of the sushi. All the different sauces. I bet they got such a fly ass sushi bar at the fucking school. Like, the school I taught at, they had a fucking Subway bar. Like, them kids got Subway every day. Nobody complained, oh, you're making the kids eat Subway every day. This is what we serve. We have a Subway inside the school. The kids want to eat, they can get a Subway sandwich. If the school has a sushi bar inside the school, that's what the fucking kids eat. They eat the fucking sushi bar. What the fuck are we talking about? This is stupid. This is really fucking stupid. No, you shouldn't bring food from home. We have a fucking fly ass sushi bar. Eat the sushi. Expand your child's palate. Let them eat sushi. It's healthy as hell. They gonna be full. They can get as much sushi as they want, I imagine. It's fucking Donda Academy. This is stupid. This is a really stupid complaint. We're doing this for the children. What? You're fighting against their sushi bar? Oh, you guys are awesome. While his vision for the school sounds great on paper, it's just pure chaos and mutiny. Mutiny means that people are uprising against the administration. This y'all bringing this lawsuit is a sign of mutiny. Y'all bringing this lawsuit is a sign of chaos. Y'all are the chaos and mutiny you're talking about. Representatives West and Donda Academy didn't immediately respond to Billboard's request for comments. Donda Academy, named after West's late mother, Donda West, was founded last year. In October, there were reports of the school shutting down, but it is now accepting applications for the 23-24 school year. The school has been open a year, has a sushi bar, has Jaylen Brown as the fucking sports director of the school, has Antonio Brown. I wonder if Antonio Brown and Jaylen Brown are related. I didn't think about that. That's interesting. You got Antonio Brown as the director of athletics. Jaylen Brown is the director of sports management at the school, being one of the principals. He's been able to hire this amazing staff of coaches and teachers and directors. I'm sure these young ladies were brought on because of their amazing resumes, I imagine, and what would be assumed as their ability to help out and be good examples at the school. If it didn't work out, it just doesn't work out. I don't know if that's necessarily a time to turn around and sue. How long have you even been there? The school's only been open since last October, and you're saying you were treated. You probably only been there since this September. So you're saying from September to March, you were there and you were fired because of discrimination. Okay. We'll pay attention to the lawsuit. We'll see what happens going forward, and we'll take it from there. This is his ghetto point of view. We'll take a quick break, gang. We'll be right back. Yeah. Yeah, gang, we back. So as always, any questions, comments, critiques, criticisms, you know where to tap in. His ghetto point of view at gmail.com. His ghetto point of view at gmail.com. His ghetto point of view at gmail.com. HISGHETTOPOINT. His ghetto point of view.com. So, in other news, Snoop Dogg steps down from FAZE, also known as Faze or Faze, which was a cryptocurrency. The Faze Clan board amid company setbacks since going public in mid-2022. The youth culture and gaming company stock has fallen below $1, and 20% of its staff has been cut. Article in Billboard Pro. Snoop Dogg has resigned from the board of Clan of directors of online gaming and youth culture brand Faze Clan, according to a company filing published Tuesday, April 4th, as the publicly traded company struggles with penny stock status and internal cost cuts. A spokesperson for Faze Clan said the company's relationship with Snoop, whose real name is Calvin Brodus Jr., remains positive, as we will continue a multi-year collaboration between Snoop and Faze. Faze Clan, which last month reported revenue of $70 million for 2022, makes money from brand sponsorships with companies like Porsche, esports leagues, and its talent network, including individuals like Snoop Dogg, which Faze says helps the brand reach more than 500 million people worldwide. However, the company has struggled since going public on the NASDAQ last summer. Faze's stock has traded for less than $1 since early February and was trading at 49 cents on Thursday, April 6th. That's down from its debut share price of $13.07 a share. That is an insane drop in value per share. In a letter to shareholders last week, the company said it has cut its workforce by 20% since its 2022 IPO. Sheesh, it's only 2023, and it's streamlining its management structure. That means it is firing people. This company is doing all this stuff since coming out. Wow, since being publicly traded for only a year. Sheesh. Damn. Streamlining its management structure while curtailing high-cost investments in original content. means it's not going to do that. It's not going to put out original content as it works to lower costs. We faced a tremendously challenging market and economic environment last summer that slowed our early progress. Faze Clan CEO Lynn Trink said in a letter to shareholders discussing the company's 2022 earnings. While we don't make excuses at Faze, we have reevaluated our near-term priorities and goals to align with our capital position, including making difficult decisions to right-size our business. The company reported a gross profit of $15.2 million in 2022, up from $8.9 million in 2021, with growth driven by a nearly 70% increase in brand sponsorship revenue, an area Faze said it will double down on this year. Very interesting. Gotta be careful with investing in these different coins and different stocks just because a artist or brand or a label or an influencer that you're really into has associated themselves with it, because a lot of those particular companies are doomed to fail. If there isn't any real particulars in how the company plans to make money, pay attention, Now, if you're just supporting a friend's project, that's one thing. But if you're just doing it because you see, this has Snoop attached to it. This has Michael Jordan, Allen Iverson. This has Sweetie attached to it. This got No Name attached to it. This got Meg Thee Stallion attached to it. This got Tierra Whack attached to it. This project got J. Cole attached to it. This project got you name it. This project got Wizkid attached to it. Be careful. This project got Justin Bieber attached to it. This project got DJ Khaled attached to it. These people bought into it. It must be good. Be careful. Y'all see what happened with the Binance situation. Just be careful. Be careful. Y'all see what happened with FTX. Be careful. Be careful. Just be careful, gang. In other stocks news, a Spotify stock, which is SPOT on the New York Stock Exchange, is up 62% since 2023's start as the tech sector downturn seems to have gone away. It's an article on Digital Music News. Shouts to Dylan Smith over there at Digital Music News. After plummeting to an all-time low price in November of 2022, Spotify's stock has now turned around and 62% valuation surge since 2023's start. Hope you got in when it was about $70, because now it's almost $140 a share. Just 5 months later. Sheesh. That was a good investment. Shout to people who got in. When trading concluded today, Spotify stock, which touched $69.28 per share about 5 months ago, was worth $132.48 a share. That's not bad. That's not bad money. Despite representing a 6.23% decline from the same point in April of 2022, a figure reflects a 61.76% boost since the beginning of the current year, when Spot was hovering around $80. Whew. The music streaming platform's material share price rebound could be at least partially indicative of the turnaround of an abating downturn across tech stocks, all manner of which have grappled with public market woes during the past year. Moreover, the same business, including Meta, Microsoft, Amazon, and Spotify itself, have in recent months moved to trim spending via personal reductions and additional steps. They're all firing staff. They're all firing a bunch of staff. Meta stock is up 73% from the year's start, compared to a 66% hike for Roblox stock, a 19% improvement for Snap stock, and a 21% jump for Alphabet and Google stock. on top of double-digit gains for Tesla, Apple, Uber, Airbnb, and others. Spotify. So, I mean, again, shout out to those who did invest. A lot of stocks took hard hits and downturns. Some people say there is still blood in the water. That is yet to be seen. Later this year, that the stocks are going to take a hit again. So not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but if you've realized some gains, if you have some stocks that are up 50, 60, 70% right now, get those gains up out of there. Or most stocks are returned to the mean at this point, or meaning like most stocks are returning to, balance themselves out at this point. But going through the beginning of the year, tons of stocks were at 40, 50, 60, 70%. So if you were in the right stocks, you were able to take advantage of that and add to your portfolios, or just take out some of the extra fat. So shout out to you if you were wisely investing at the close of the year and profiting in those gains as the year started. Just saying. For Spotify, which kicked off the year 2023, the article continues by parting with 6% of its global workforce. Sheesh. These cost-cutting steps appear to encompass a pause on massive investments, particularly on the podcasting and audiobook sides. Since 2020, the Stockholm headquartered business has dropped billions in total on programming such as the Joe Rogan Experience and on companies like Pod Sites and Chartable, to name just some. But with the Hurdle owners' spending spree having presumably concluded for the time being, execs have likewise axed the Spotify Live offering, the foundation of which was Locker Room. Investors are evidently more bullish than they were in the not so distant past, while profitability continues to elude Spotify, which is looking to improve its return on podcasting and crack the exclusive $100 billion in annual revenue club down the line. The service does boast a sizable user base, 489 million monthly users. Whew, at 2022's end, that's very impressive, Spotify. With 205 million paid users, that is very, very impressive. That's almost 40%, according to its latest earnings report. Bearing in mind the points, the company is also expanding its paid promotional programs, and evidence suggests that further price increases could be on the way. Guggenheim's Michael Morris touched upon the latter point, and particularly the possibility of Spotify upping the cost of individual subscriptions in the US. Well, I hope they're going to also up how much they pay the artists, but you see, that part of the shit never fucking seems, the artist never seems to get any more, no matter how much more these fucking subscriptions cost. But I digress. When attaching a buying rate and $155 target price to spot late last month. Jesus, that's dope. Additionally, analysts from Evercore, Rowan Street, and the Guardian Fund have for some time been long for Spotify reasons, including, so when they say they're long for the stock, they mean that they feel that the stock is going to keep going up over time. And reasons including the service perceived potential as a one-stop audio entertainment hub. Stock at the time of the writing of this article was $132.48, which is up $50.58 or 61.76% year to date, meaning as of April last year. So had you invested in April of 2022, your money would have had a 60% increase in 12 months time. That is insane increases in your money in just 12 months, gang. That is an insane increase. That's why investing can be such a, gotta invest. And it's all about, playing the long game with investments, because if your money is not in there for those few days that the market is doing exceptionally well, you're not really taking advantage of the market. If you're in and out of the market, you may miss those times and those tide shifts. Unless you're timing it extremely well, unless you really know what you're doing as far as timing it goes and the numbers. But I'll just leave that at that. Other news, gang. So for my artists out there, this is pretty cool. How to build a music career like a scrappy NBA player. Article by Caleb Murphy on Digital Music News. Shout out to him. I grew up playing pickup basketball, and because I was 5'10", 150 pounds, ha ha ha, 5'10", 150 pounds. Anyway, I was never the tallest or strongest player on the court, so I had to rely on outplaying everyone else. I had to get creative with how to win a game and realize I can apply this to my music career. Here's what I mean. Develop your musical career IQ. Basketball IQ just means you know how the game works and how to outsmart your opponent. In the same way, you need to develop your music career IQ. A music career IQ is another way of saying work smarter, not harder. You have to get creative with how you stand out in today's attention economy. Instead of following the path that every other musician does, you have to find a way that works for you. I spent 10 years following the standard path of an indie musician until I realized it wasn't for me. So I made a plan for myself based on what I wanted to do. Having a music career IQ also means adapting to the times. Stay up to date with the most effective ways to promote your music. Keep tabs on new tools to help you make more impactful music. Pay attention to new ways to make money and old ways that no longer serve you. Rely on hustle. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Hey, hustle, hustle, hustle. I think this word cannot be emphasized enough when it comes to a career, any type of entrepreneurship, to be honest. Relying on your hustle. Amen to that. So article continues. A smaller pickup baller, I had to rely on hustling. I had to play lockdown defense. I would go after loose balls. I'd get the rock to my teammates when the defenders weren't looking. I know I just said to work smarter, not harder, but sometimes you have to work hard and work more in order to develop your skills and get more ears on your music. I know hustle can be commanded by finance bros and entrepreneurs. Commandeered by finance bros and entrepreneurs, giving it the meaning of work all the time. You don't need sleep. So I'd like to present another definition of hustle. This comes from Hustle by Neil Patel, Patrick Vlaskovitz, and Jonas Koffler. Decisive movement toward a goal, however indirect, by which the motion itself manufactures luck, surfaces hidden opportunities, and changes our lives with more money, meaning, and momentum. Hustle is creating momentum toward the kind of music career you want, and sometimes that means working hard. That is vital, like intentionally putting yourself in the places you want to be for the type of outcome you want is much better than just continuing to just do anything. Practice a lot. In Malcolm Gladwell's book Outliers, he talks about the 10,000 hour rule. It states that the key to becoming an expert in your field requires 10,000 hours of practice. Even though this is an oversimplification, it's a helpful guideline. Basically, more practice means you're moving towards your becoming an expert. Do you think Michael Jordan became the best basketball player of all time without practice? And yes, he is the best. That's the stats speak for themselves. Cut the crap. No, he's not. Anyway, practice isn't the thing you do once you're good, Gladwell writes. It is the thing you do that makes you good. So, wow. Practice isn't the thing you do once you're good. It is the thing you do that makes you good. So, what do you want to become an expert in as a musician? Do that thing over and over again. Very well said. Find a good team. Basketball is a team sport. When I was on the court, I relied on my teammates to hit shots, guard their man, and make good passes. Look at any musician who has the type of career you want. Have a conversation with them, and you'll realize they had people in their corner. They had a team, so to speak. My tendency is to stay in my bubble and do everything myself. So I'm actively trying to include other people and collaborate more. Excuse me. It may take time for you to find the right people for your team, but you do need a team. Collaborating with others causes you to stretch yourself creatively, which can lead to more interesting music, as Rick Rubin says in The Creative Act. Each time we cooperate, we're exposed to different ways of working and problem solving, which can inform our creative process going forward. And last but not least, stay consistent. The most celebrated NBA players are those who have consistently been great. Many talented players have their moments of fame, but they're not that impressive compared to the Jordans and LeBrons and Kobe's of basketball. Consistency is maybe the most important characteristic of a successful music career. The musicians who reach the career they want are the ones who don't stop. Award-winning actor Bryan Cranston talks about acting in the same way you should view your music career. It's a relationship, he says. It's not a fling. It is committing to something for the rest of your life. When I think of acting and I think of creating and writing, it occupies all of me, and I love it. This, I'm sure, is how the greatest NBA players view basketball. And this love of your art, your craft, that will keep you consistent. The question is, do you view music this way? Does it occupy all of you? If so, you got a good shot at turning it into your career. Very well said. Very well said. Shout out to Caleb J. Murphy and Digital Music News for the fire article. This is his ghetto point of view. After that, flame. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Yeah, gang. As always, thanks so much for rocking the vibe with us. And before we get out of here, XXXTentacion's killers get life in prison. Defense attorneys say Drake should be a suspect. So, yeah, that's still a thing, guys. For those who thought, oh, well, it's over now. No, the defense team still thinks that Drake should answer questions and at least face a deposition. 3 men accused of killing rapper XXXTentacion were given life sentences for the 2018 killing. As always, shout to Ashley King and all the dope music work she's doing over at Digital Music News. So Michael Boatwright, Dedrick Williams, and Trayvon Newsom were convicted last month of first-degree murder and armed robbery by a jury. The jury deliberated for 8 days before rendering the verdict. Prosecutors in the case did not seek the death penalty, so life in prison was the only sentence the judge could impose. Prosecutors linked all 3 men to the June 18, 2018 shooting outside Riva Motorsports in Fort Lauderdale. Extensive surveillance camera footage was taken from inside and outside the store, plus cell phone camera videos of the men flashing fistfuls of $100 bills hours after the killing. A 4th man, Robert Allen, testified against the defendants, pleading guilty to second-degree murder for his participation in the robbery. Defense attorneys accused Allen of being a liar who was motivated by his desire to avoid spending life behind bars. They also alleged the prosecutors and detectives did a poor job on the investigation and didn't look at other possible suspects, one of which they say was Canadian rapper Drake. So hold on. So the 3 dudes pleaded not guilty. A 4th dude came in and said, nah, they guilty. And he pleaded guilty to second-degree murder. And was the one that was on the stand saying Drake ain't have nothing to do with it and he don't know Drake. No, yeah, that's how it happened. I'm sorry, I'm having side conversations. But yeah, like for those who if you get a chance, check out how the trial went. There was a 4th individual and they asked him, do you know Drake? Did Drake have anything to do with this? Do any of your peoples know Drake? Do any of your peoples know any of the people around Drake? He was like, no. Talk about it. No. Right? And yeah, that testimony is what they used to get all 4 men indicted. Yeah. So the article continues. Surveillance footage of the event showed 2 masked gunmen emerging from and confronting the rapper at the driver's window of his vehicle. One man of the men shoots the rapper repeatedly, while the other grabs a Louis Vuitton bag containing cash XXXTentacion had withdrawn to make a purchase at the ATV store. Boatwright was identified by prosecutors as the primary shooter, while Newsom was accused of being the other gunman. Williams was accused of driving the SUV, with Allen being inside the vehicle as the robbery and killing went down. XXXTentacion was just 20 years old when he was shot to death, but already he amassed a huge following of fans for his 2 albums. It's crazy that he was only 20 with the impact he was having in music. So crazy. So crazy. In 2020, the rapper made a posthumous history for his single Jocelyn Flores, passing 1 billion streams on Spotify, one of only 60 or so tracks to have achieved that milestone. R.I.P. to XXXTentacion, aka Jazzy the Freud. So sad, but I'm sure more is gonna come out of this. If there's anything to that Drake situation, I promise you more will come out about this, whether he ever goes to jail formally or not. That's gonna come out in the rinse, man. That's definitely gonna come out in the rinse. And one more before I get out of here. Diddy says he pays Sting $5,000 a day for sampling every breath you take without permission. For those that don't know, that is the huge meteoric single from Sting. I believe it was on a movie soundtrack as all. I'll be watching you. It's like the crazy killer stalker anthem. Every breath you take, or breathy, like he's like fogging up your window. Every move you make, every single day, I'll be watching you. I'm sorry, the song is fire. Can't you see you belong to me? Every move you make, I'll be watching you. Yo, I'm not trying to sound crazy, but we say hip hop is dangerous and violent. I'm not trying to make this route race, but some of these white men can write these songs. Them shits be sounding crazy, and it ain't even just white men. Like Despacito. Have you ever really listened, slow down and listen to Despacito? Man, that shit sound like that dude wanna chop that girl the fuck up. And what's the song? We're animals, just like animals. I'm waiting on you tonight. Hunt you down, eat you alive. Excuse me? Excuse me, nigga? Eminem. I got my mom in the trunk. Stan. Dear Stan. Don't kill your mother. Don't kill your daughter. What's about this shit that you want to come get me, huh? I duct taped Dr. Dre. I killed everybody at the label. But the brothers making the hip hop, those are the ones you gotta watch out for, because they're the dangerous ones. Right. It seems like the brothers is only dangerous to the brothers. Why these other people making music, they out here snatching up women and chopping up bodies. I'll be watching you. I'm just saying, man. Hunt you down, eat you alive. But anyway, Diddy says he's paid Sting $5,000 a day for sampling every breath you take without permission. Listen, if you sampled the record, you gotta pay. Just like a RIP to the homie Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD is paying Sting a stupid amount of money. Juice WRLD is paying Sting a stupid amount of money because he for his record I cannot name it. Remember the name of it now. Lucid Dreams. His record Lucid Dreams samples Sting's record. Yeah, you can't do that. You just can't just take these dudes' records, like, and it be so obvious that you took the record, because it's like you're taking the main part of the record, Shape of My Heart. He took Sting's Shape of My Heart. Nigga, that's a big fucking record. So Sting owns 85% of Juice WRLD's Lucid Dreams, according to OK Player, because they sampled the record without permission. 85%. And it might be 90. Shape of My... And then that shit was in a huge movie too. But Juice WRLD, he made tons of money performing the record all over the place. I know that you want me dead. I take prescriptions to make things feel A-okay. I know it's all in my head. R.I.P. to Juice, man. Another one we lost way too early. But yeah, you can't just go around just taking people's records. So Juice lost 85% of his record to Sting. Like, how many rappers is gonna keep losing their freaking records to Sting, man? I'm gonna leave it alone though. But anyway, according to the article, a resurfaced clip from Sting's 2018 interview with the Breakfast Club, in which the rocker stated he receives $2,000 a day from Diddy for the use of his 1983 single Every Breath You Take, and the rapper's hit I'll Be Missing You promoted a response from Diddy. The 53-year-old rapper tweeted that he pays Sting $5,000 a day in royalties, more than $1.8 million a year. Sheesh. Love to my brother at Official Sting, as Diddy, alongside a clip from Sting's 2018 interview. Jesus, we're very good friends now, Sting says in the interview, explaining that Diddy asked permission to sample the song only after he had already released his version. It was a very beautiful version of the song. I'll Be Missing You was a tribute to the notorious B.I.G., who died in 1997 at age 24. Faith Evans, Biggie's former wife and mother to his now 26-year-old son CJ, accompanied Diddy on the track alongside the R&B group 112. The song topped the Billboard 100 charts and earned Diddy awards at the 1997 Billboard Music Awards ceremony for Top Rap Artist and Top Rap Song. Diddy recently reflected on his relationship with Biggie in a tweet shared in March on the 26th anniversary of the rapper's death. There will never be another, the greatest rapper of all time, Diddy wrote. Today we celebrate and honor you, King. Love and miss you. The person behind these rhymes, which could be so gritty and sometimes harsh and sometimes explicit, he was occasionally all of those things, said Evans of her late husband's March 2022, her late husband's legacy in March of 2022. But for the most part, he was just a really cool, lovable, fun person that most people love being around. You could check out the rest of the article on Digital Music News. Yeah, man, you cannot just take somebody's record. You just can't. 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 That's crazy. Biggie and Juice WRLD both used a Sting record, and they both was going out of here super young. That is crazy. Alright, I'm never jacking a Sting beat. That's it. That is it. That's it. I think see what happens when you take from Sting without permission? You see what happens? You get stung. You understand me? You get mother freaking stung. But yo, that's all I got for you today, gang. Much love. Thank you so much for rocking and vibing. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Share this episode if you found anything useful. Definitely went deep into the music industry world for this episode. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Wednesdays and Sundays is where we get to it. You know how we do it. It ain't nothing to it. His ghetto point of view at gmail.com for any questions, comments, critiques, criticisms, advice, new joints you got dropping, your new app, your new television show. You just shot the pilot, you shot the trailer for your new movie, you got a indie movie you working on, you got a dope book you writing, a dope blog you putting together, new album, new single. Tap in with me, man. Let me know what you're working on. Let me know how you getting creative. You got a new digital currency project, a new NFT project you think the people need to know about, that got the streets talking, new fashion brand, new shoes you designing, whatever it is, gang. Let us know. Keep us abreast. His Ghetto Point of View at gmail.com, HGPOV show at His Ghetto Point of View on IG. Tap in, get at me, get it with us, get in line with us, get in tune with us. Much love to all the amazing artists and entertainers and people in the business world that have allowed me to interview them on the show. Kick back, listen to all the past dope episodes, and tap in. Yeah, man, it's been an amazing ride, a wild experience, and it's only just begun. Got some amazing new interviews lined up in the store, as well as a lot of upgrades and innovations coming to the show. I'm very excited. So just stay tuned and continue to rock with us. And yeah, man, we out of here. Peace.